So normally when we do the intros to these videos, I like to be with the food that we just cooked, so we film them at the end. With this recipe, we couldn't hold ourselves back and we basically ate the whole thing. Welcome to another episode of Capital Kitchen, and today we are making something very special. We are making the best pork chop you're ever gonna have in your life, and we're gonna make it right now. I'm gonna show you step by step on Capital Kitchen. Oh my God. Here's some of the ingredients that you're gonna be using today. The meal that we're gonna be making today is a pretty, I don't know what the word for it is. It's kind of an extravagant one, and this is gonna be like the most impressive, luxurious thing that we've done on this show so far. So I hope you're excited, because I'm excited, and without further ado, we better get going. What we're gonna be doing first is we're gonna be getting our pork chops seasoned. We got 3 of them, but honestly, I think we're only gonna be cooking 2 of them. The way we're gonna season this up is we're gonna keep one hand dry and one hand wet. So my right hand is gonna be holding the spices and the olive oil here, okay, just like this, and my left hand is gonna be the one that rubs it in. We've got steak spice here, Montreal Steak Spice, and we wanna season this really well. There's a lot of meat here. These are pretty thick cut pieces, and so it's kind of tough to over season this, and it's really easy to under season it. I'm also gonna add a little bit of garlic powder, and we're gonna add a little bit of paprika as well. That is our seasoned pork chops. So we're just gonna set this aside, we're gonna let it marinate, we're gonna start working on our sauce. Now our sauce is gonna start with one of my favorite ingredients that we got, which is some Capital thick cut bacon. So we're gonna get this out of the package, give it a chop, and we're gonna get that smoky, delicious flavor as the base for our sauce. Here we go. I'm gonna cut open the pack. Actually, I'm gonna grab a pair of scissors for this real quick, okay? Look at the marbling and how much meat we got here. It's very, very lean. The other thing that I love about this bacon too, you can tell just from the color on the outside here, you can see that it's actually smoked. A lot of bacon out there is just pink, and there's no smoke at all. So there's a ton of flavor that we're getting, and you can tell just from looking. I'm gonna make a cut going down the length of the bacon this way, okay? And then we're going to cut it across into these little pieces like that. Good. And then we want to get our pan with medium-high heat, and we want to just drop these straight on the pan and start rendering out the fat for our bacon. Perfect. We don't have any other oil or anything in the pan here because we're going to be rendering out all of that bacon fat. This is going to take a few minutes, gives us the perfect amount of time to start slicing up some mushrooms. And we don't have to worry about taking the stems off the bottom or anything. We're just gonna hold them like this and give them some slices. And these are gonna definitely shrink up quite a bit. I think we've also got the time here to chop up our onion as well. We're gonna go very fine with our onions. We want these to almost dissolve. We don't want any real big onion chunks in our sauce. Okay, now we're gonna get this into our sauce here with the bacon. And we're gonna use this to deglaze some of those brown bits. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. We're gonna let this go for a few minutes. We're also gonna wanna throw in a little bit of finely chopped garlic. So I'm gonna take care of that now. Whew, I'm starting to sweat. We've got our garlic like that. I'm just gonna bring it all together and give it another quick pass like this. Alrighty, so we've got our onions and bacon here, smelling amazing, and we've got lots of these dark brown bits on the bottom of the pan. And this time, we're gonna get to use a really fun, really special ingredient, and that is a little bit of homemade red wine. If I'm being honest with you, I couldn't tell you exactly what this is, but I think it's a Cabernet of some sorts. It doesn't really matter. The wine you drink is the wine that you cook with, okay? Now is a good time to go in with our finely chopped garlic. We want to let this go just until we could start to smell that garlic, and then we're going to add in some wine. Bring everything a little bit to one side here. We're going to expose the bottom of the pan, and we're going to add in some of our beautiful red wine. Now, while this is bubbling up like this and we're evaporating the alcohol out of the wine, now is a good time where we can throw in our mushrooms. Now, these mushrooms are gonna shrink up quite a bit, so don't be afraid to throw quite a few of them in there, okay? The mushrooms are gonna bring so much of that deep savory flavor. They're really gonna complete this sauce and make it just taste like it's worth $1 million. I don't know how else to put it. Now we wanna beef up this sauce here. So literally we're gonna add in some beef stock. So we're gonna add some of that in. Now we're gonna add in a little bit of butter. This is for a lot of sauce here. You don't have to have this all for one person, even though you're gonna want to. But that amount of butter is gonna be a-okay. We're gonna be using a little bit of maple syrup today as a sweetener. You don't have to use maple syrup. You could use honey, you could use brown sugar, you could use granulated sugar, you could use whatever you've got that's sweet. We're gonna add a little bit at a time, and then we're gonna give it a taste, okay? We're gonna just give it some time to simmer. So we're gonna take it off the main burner here. We got our pan and it's smoking hot. We got our pork chops here. Remember, these have olive oil on them already. We're gonna just lay that away from us, and we're gonna start cooking. We're gonna give it about a minute or two on one side and get a really good sear on it, and we're gonna flip it over and do the same to the other side. My heat's maybe a little high here. I burnt some of the pepper, but that's okay. So there is our beautifully cooked golden pork chops, and I'm gonna set these over on our cutting board here. Okay. And I'm gonna use a thermometer real quick just to double check and make sure that we hit the proper temperature. Okay, it's time to cut into this. So I just wanna cut it into these nice sort of strips. It cuts like butter. I know it's a little chefy, a little fancy, okay, but when you serve it, what you wanna do is you wanna lay it out like this, and we're gonna spoon some sauce just on top, okay? Just like that, like a gravy, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Whew, I'm sweating here. Worked hard for this, not too hard, but you know. Oh, what do you think someone would pay for that at a restaurant?
Like $100.
This really is that good. The other thing that's crazy too is pork is not very expensive, like at all. This pork chop here costs about $3, you know, and that's an expensive one. Like you can get pork crazy cheap.
Pork is one of the cheapest meats.
One of the cheapest meats. It's amazing. And I genuinely would take this over a steak, and a steak costs 10 times as much as this pork does. The sauce is so good. It's salty, it's smoky. The bacon was the perfect base to cook with this.
The sauce, you could just eat it by itself, like soup. The second thing I'll say is that this is my favorite meat I've ever had. I don't know what's going on. We went to the moon and we can't get better than that.
If I wasn't sweating before, I'm sweating now. And it tastes like a half a bottle of wine. You taste the savoriness brought out by the mushrooms. You taste the beef bouillon that we added. The bacon got all throughout the sauce. Doesn't it just pair perfect with pork? That's a sentence. Pair perfect with pork. Wow. And we did it fast. We did it before the cameras melted down, baby. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked this one as much as I loved making this one for you guys. Thanks again for all of your likes, comments, shares, everything you've been doing. If you do make this, let us know how it is. Let us know if that special person in your life really loved it as much as we love this. And with that, I've been your host, Alexander, and we'll see you next time.